welcome to CAGCast episode number 504. I'm your host, Cheapy here in Long Island, New York. As always, we are joined by a man who is still not united with his E3 swag, Wombat.
Maybe this weekend. Maybe.
Is it swag or schwag?
It's whatever you want it to be, my friend.
Swag is like, like your style, right? Like your strut.
And this stuff would be a swag bag.
Right. The stuff you get for free is swag, right, Chip?
I've seen it both ways. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Can I spoil something in Wombats?
Yes. It's probably been
That's
spoiled
fine.
already.
Oh, okay. Did he get the Pactor bag with the little remote control helicopter drone?
No, I got him the more expensive one, which was the headset bag.
Okay. I got one of each when we went.
Of course you did.
Talk about swag.
No, it was just they had amounts for each bag.
Oh, interesting.
And I put in a in-between amount, and she just gave me both of them. So
They had a lot of bags. I think what happens was
Right.
in previous years, they asked you to make a charitable donation on the way out, and then they give you a bag. But people were giving a lot less than they had anticipated. So this year, they said if you give, $50, you get this bag with the headphones. And if you give, I forgot what the other amount was, less.
I think it was 25 or something.
How much?
25 or 30.
Yeah, say
something
30,
like
I
that.
think. Then you get the bag with the drone in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what's the
So
spoiler?
The spoiler is I was just going to warn Wombat about that thing.
Oh, what happened?
Like this is a drone. I don't know, probably about an inch and a half by an inch and a half. Like if you looked at it,
That's very small.
very very small. And so I took it out in my backyard, and I'm getting used to the controls. It comes with a little controller. This isn't one of those things like you hook up to your phone or something. And so I start going up with it, and all of a sudden it just keeps going up, and I'm like, I see it. Oh, it's gone.
You mean it went into orbit?
It took off on me.
So you have no idea where it is?
I know the general direction it went.
Up?
Up.
All right.
Wow. It may turn up.
Sure.
Sweet.
It headed, I don't know. It was up and away. I was trying to get it to come down and towards, and I didn't have my controls. They need to invert those.
It went back to its home planet,
Right. It's impressive how high it can go.
considering it's so small.
How high it went. It may still be
Right.
up there.
Right. It could be still going. I don't know.
I think
That's the thing with those things. Like once the radio, like you get out of radio signal, is there like a kill switch on them, or are they just like, well, he told me to go up?
no, I think it stops.
I think it's supposed to stop. Doesn't mean it does.
I have a feeling that it went back to Pactor, and they're going to use it again next year.
But he has to buy
The
new
controller's
controllers.
nice.
Yeah.
That's going to come back too. Have you seen the controller around?
The controller, yeah.
It's going to sprout legs like a transformer.
Like the auto dialer on The Simpsons. The Return to Professor Frank. Anyway, so Wombat did not get his E3 bag yet. He almost got it on Wednesday when I went into the city to play table tennis, but I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to meet up with him, and I didn't want to bring the big bag in along with my other table tennis bag.
It probably worked out for the best anyway, because who wants to carry that bag around? I don't want to, and you don't want to. I'm more than happy to come by your house and pick it up.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But I went to, instead, I still didn't stop me from meeting up with Wombat after my table tennis, where we went to Virgil's Barbecue in Times Square and had a very fun lunch together.
We did. It was quite good.
And I was very,
I didn't eat dinner that night. I came home and my wife was like, my in-laws are staying at my house because I must have done something terrible in a past life. And and they had dinner. And by dinner I mean leftovers. Like, oh, we saved you food. And I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
They already touched your food. They soiled it. Yeah, I was pretty full too, actually. But I did eat dinner. Didn't stop me from eating dinner. But
it stopped me. I was like, nope, I'm good. I don't need anything else. I had way too much for lunch.
Wombat had a burnt end sandwich, and after he ordered it, the guy warned him what was on the sandwich because he thought like Wombat might not actually be up for it. Like he thought like don't think that it's just burnt ends between two slices of bread. It's what it have sausage on it.
Sausage and an onion ring. Just one onion ring though.
On Texas
so I don't
toast.
want people to think that I was going crazy with onion rings.
Right. And Wombat's like, no, I'm in. Don't worry.
And I ordered it with coleslaw, and they brought it out with fries. But in my head, I was thinking, man, I'm really excited to have some coleslaw. And then they brought out the fries, and I'm like, but I wanted coleslaw. And then they brought me. So I wound up getting two sides for the price of one. So
somebody called you out on Twitter after I posted the picture. They're like, only in America can you get French fries and mac and cheese.
I know, but I didn't order French fries. For that, that's exactly.
I stood up for you. I defended your honor, Wombat.
I appreciate that.
I said, look.
Because I actually said the same exact thing. I'm like, I don't need French fries and macaroni and cheese. I'd much rather have the vegetables that are drowned in mayonnaise.
Right. The vegetables.
I mean,
coleslaw.
Yeah. It was good. But I was so happy because I just came from table tennis where I beat two really good adult players who I normally do not beat. One guy who I never thought I would ever beat him. And another guy who I only beat once in a while. But I beat them both back to back. And I was high, basically. I was so excited. It's like crazy. My legs are pretty sore today from that.
Yeah, but you know, it's worth it.
It was worth it. I'm glowing. I'm still glowing. So that was fun. And I have, people write in and they ask for updates on my smart home. So I forgot to tell you that I got a new smart device for Father's Day a couple of weeks ago. And that is, what the fuck is it called? It's the Sonicare toothbrush from Philips.
So what makes it smart?
I mean, it's smart in a very loose definition of the term smart product, but
put me in your mouth. Put me in your mouth.
Get in there. No, it vibrates like every 30 seconds to tell you to move it to a different location. So 4 times 30 seconds basically. But, this is like a really intense electric toothbrush. Like it feels like your mouth is getting like inside a car wash or something. It's like you got to be careful. Like in fact, there's a setting for it for the first time that you use it. Like I'm a noob setting, and it gradually ramps up the power over a week, basically, so you don't blow out your mouth. Because it was definitely drawing blood for like a day or two, because it's getting too much gum, I think. But I'll tell you,
I had a cavity filled last week. My wife has the Sonicare. I don't. Maybe I should.
You should get it. I mean, I find that it makes it much easier to get the inside of your teeth. Like the tongue side of your teeth.
Well, my teeth are slowly crumbling into powdery dust.
This could slow it down, I feel.
Maybe.
Because my dentist said I did a horrible job brushing my teeth. And I feel like this is really helping a lot. I feel like it's much easier to get those hard to reach places, especially like the back of the teeth. And plus it like almost forces you to doesn't force you, but you're doing 2 minutes exactly every time you do it because it fucking turns off when the 2 minutes are done.
Mm-hmm.
The other cool thing about it, which I don't know, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's pretty neat. It comes with a glass, right? And the glass is what plugs into the wall. So to charge it, you just drop it into the glass like it was a regular toothbrush. It's not like it's not getting plugged into a dock or anything. It has like.
But you can't drink out of that.
You
glass.
You can.
You can.
You can. It's crazy. Technologies. It's like a conductive charging or something.
I don't know. It just sounds to me like electrocute yourself.
No, because you pick the glass up off the charging pad. The glass sits on a charging pad. And then you put the toothbrush.
Oh, you didn't say. Okay,
well,
I get it.
It's
now.
less sexy when you say it like that, but it's pretty neat. You don't have to like plug the toothbrush in anything. You just put it in a glass, like like you do any toothbrush, and then it charges.
Now I just stick my head under the faucet. This sounds much more refined.
I'm telling you, I really recommend it. I feel like I may not have as many cavities during my next dentist visit. I think I'm going to get the kids one for Ty because I know he does a shit job brushing his teeth.
Yeah. I go to a new dentist now, and he had it all done up for this new filling. I like my new dentist. He's a good dentist. He was born in China and raised by Orthodox Jews. He's the only Chinese Jew I've ever met.
Wow.
And he does the whole thing. He puts the Bose noise-canceling headphones on when he's doing everything.
Oh, wow.
And he goes and he has a TV that he flips right over you. So all you see is the TV. And he has Netflix, and he just says, "What do you want to watch?"
Oh, I don't have that.
So I watched Hot Fuzz with noise-canceling headphones while they drilled my tooth. I couldn't even hear it.
Oh,
it was
that's
the
cool.
best.
That's a good idea. It's especially good for kids.
Yeah.
Like Wombat.
So, like me.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who likes to have their head drilled.
Well, I know, but my dentist doesn't have any of that shit. It just goes in. No technology. He uses an actual hardware drill. No, he doesn't. In other home news, we discovered that we have mice. I don't know if you want to call it like an infestation because that makes it sound really bad.
One mouse is an infestation.
Right. You don't want any mice.
No.
But
because then they bring their friends.
Yeah.
Is it as bad as when I lived in my apartment in Manhattan?
No, I've never seen any of the mice, but I've heard them tip-tapping on the ceiling. You know, between the first floor and the second floor. I hear them.
Spider mice?
I hear them running in the ceiling. In between.
Maybe it's just really big spiders.
No.
Did you put traps down?
So I hired an exterminator. I got a good recommendation from my neighbor. Said that they love this particular company. And the guy came and he was looking around. You know, they check out the whole house to see where they're getting in from. And I left out a part. Mrs. Cheapy is the one who discovered the mice because she opened up our drawer in the kitchen where we keep our silverware, and she found mouse droppings.
Yeah, that's usually the sign.
And she thought at first it was roaches, but then we realized that it was mice because we Googled it.
In your silverware drawer?
I know, dude. It's fucked up. Because
how do they even get into a silverware drawer?
I'll tell you.
A mouse could fit into a space the size of a dime.
So we did we redid the entire kitchen, but we kept this one cabinet that was built into the wall. And wouldn't you know it, the drawer, there's no back to the cabinet. It's completely open back there to the inside of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's how the mice got in there.
Gotcha.
So anyway, the guy came and did a really good job, and he figured out that there was a lot of spaces in the garage door where the mice could fit under the garage door. And he found like mouse dropping in the garage, and then he laid out all the traps and everything. And then he's like, all right, we're going to be back in 2 days to check the traps. So I was coming home from somewhere, and I was pulling the car into the garage. I was picking up Mrs. Cheapy from the train station. Open up the garage door, start to pull into the garage, and I see right away, like right where I put the car, there's a dead mouse in a trap. And I was like, we're going to be parking in the driveway for the foreseeable future. The guy came, and they found 3 mice in traps. What I want to know...
How many traps were there?
There were a lot.
Okay.
There were a lot. And they replaced them today.
It's not my record for most mice caught in an evening, but yes.
No, not mine either.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's plenty. There were a lot of... They put down like the snap traps and the glue traps.
Snap traps?
We always
I hate
use
that
the non-lethal traps.
No, fuck that. You got to kill these fuckers.
When I lived in Manhattan, we would use glue traps.
Yeah.
And that's just mean.
Yeah. I think these got caught in the snap traps, at least the one that I saw. I only saw one because I didn't go back in the garage. I never went in the garage. I didn't open the garage again until the guy came to check the traps this morning. And what I want to know is, I guess mice are pretty dumb because like once they see their friend like dead in a trap, that doesn't stop them from
No, mice are pretty dumb. You just said it.
They're just like, fuck
I
it.
think like, what's that? Oh, he got killed, so that means the food must be mine now.
He's just unlucky. I can get it.
Exactly. I can totally do this.
I'm quick. That guy's a slow ass.
Out of my way, fatty.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did my handyman thing and I installed a rubber like bumper underneath the garage to stop the space there. So I had to use a hammer. I felt very proud of myself.
We have this neighborhood cat that lives in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, I think, does the trick.
Oh, a cat? Yeah. Well, I need him in the garage is the problem.
We have this there's a big black cat who lives in my backyard. We don't feed it. It's not mine.
Right. But you are feeding it with your mice.
But I mean, if we have any mice, we don't now. We used to have a lot of rabbits. Those seem to have disappeared. So
right.
I'm just doing the math.
Gotcha. Well, it was pretty gross, this whole thing. Lastly, I had a dream that I need interpreted, and maybe you guys could help me because it's a little strange.
Of course.
So I had a dream that I was playing handball. Okay. Now I know where this part of the dream comes from because
U.S. or European?
Well, I'll get to that. I don't know what the difference is, but I will.
Oh, great!
I will elaborate in a minute. This part of the dream comes from Ty had his like school picnic like a week ago or so, and the kids played wall ball. I guess it's like basically where you're throwing the handball off the wall. I think we used to call it asses up. Did you used to play asses up when you?
Yeah, that's what your gym teacher called it, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I don't think you were really allowed to play it, but we played it in the schoolyard. But they don't actually throw the ball at each other like we used to do because that's probably not allowed anymore. Anyway, but it's basically handball, but you're throwing and catching the ball off the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, in this dream, I'm trying to play normal handball where you hit the ball with your hand. But I keep
hence handball.
Right, but I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to hit it with my hand, and I keep trying to catch the ball, and then at the last second I try to hit it with my hand, but it's too late because I fucked up because I was trying to catch it. So I was failing a lot. And then at some point during the handball playing, I had to make a shit. And I went to the bathroom, but the toilet was like right next to the handball court, like right behind the court, not behind the wall, but behind like the back of the court. And it was totally open. Like it wasn't, there was no
I actually had one. I had one of those poop dreams this week too.
Okay.
I'm not even lying.
And people are watching
Yeah.
they want to watch the people playing handball, and there's like a fair amount of people there, so they're sort of backed up to where the toilet is. So they're basically standing right next to me while I'm pooping, and I have to wipe my butt, but there's people like right there. But nobody seems to care that like I'm pooping right next to them. I sort of care, but there's nothing I could do about it.
It's stress related.
And I'm also like, there's also not that much toilet paper left, and I'm worried about
there's never enough toilet paper
in the dreams, in the poop dreams.
There never is, ever, because I get that dream too often.
So
not playing handball, usually at various situations,
right?
But it's always the same thing where there's the toilet and it's just there,
right? And
you just go because you do, and then there's never enough toilet paper, and sometimes you just leave and your pants aren't even on. Did you at least did that happen in your dream?
I think I woke up before that happened. I just remember like it was very uncomfortable.
Because in my dream this week, I was totally Winnie the Poohing it.
What does that mean? Oh, no
like
pants.
A shirt, no pants. Donald Ducking it. Is that better?
Okay.
For the second half of that dream.
After you pooped.
After you pooped.
You just didn't. What happened?
I don't think I've ever had a poop dream. I would be afraid if I had a poop dream that I would poop in real life. That's how that works.
No,
right?
yeah. It doesn't. No, I think that's only with pee.
And I feel like I have had that dream before. Now that you mention it, like the pooping with other people around, and
I feel like it's fairly common,
and nobody thinks it's weird in the dream. It's not like, oh my god, that guy's pooping, and I'm standing right next to him. Everybody's just going about their business. Literally.
I had a dream this week where Cheapy, you had hair, and it was freaking me out.
Oh, I did have hair at some point.
No, I mean, like I went to visit you. And I couldn't decide if it was really you or not. I kept hanging out with you, but you had hair, and it was like some really weird, like Like, it was definitely you,
Right.
but I couldn't convince myself completely that I should be hanging out with you with hair.
Right. Maybe I got a toupee or a hair transplant.
It looked more like a hair transplant.
What didn't even look good?
No, it was definitely, it didn't
horrible.
look good.
It looked horrible. Yeah, that's why I didn't get a hair transplant. I was like, fuck it. It's not like I'm going to be a model anyway. Just shave it off. Was I pooping in the dream?
Mm-mm.
Good. Thank God.
No, maybe you were underway there.
Yeah, it was. I woke up from that poop dream and I was like, oh, thank God it was just a dream.